Hello everyone and welcome to the first video of 2021 for me. We're nearly halfway through January and I have only just got myself into filming again for YouTube. So welcome back if you have been here before, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I hope that you stick around, click subscribe down below so that you can come back for more videos. It's been a while since I filmed. I think I just lost my mojo, is that what it's called? End of 2020, and we didn't get as many videos from me as we should have done. So hopefully the fact that it's a new year, new mindset, all that motivation just like pumping through the veins, and hopefully we will be back to regular videos. So I wanted to kick it off with a little sit down and chat to you type of video rather than a vlog, because I feel that we connect more when I do that. So I want to talk to you about kind of where we are, and given everything that's been going on, you know, since March last year, there's so much to talk about and there's so much to just kind of mull over. So I thought what might be quite a nice thing to do is just to talk about the intentions that I have. Oh, there's lots of fluff, just kind of, don't know if you can see it, there's loads of fluff. It's probably from my top, which isn't very clever. But yeah, to just talk about the kind of intentions and yeah, just have a chat with you. Oh, this fluff. But yeah, I just thought that I would sit down, have a little chat with you, talk about how this year is different from last year, what last year has taught us or taught me, and oh, I just realised I've actually just put in a little bit of dry shampoo, so please ignore that if you see like dry shampoo in my roots. So just wanted to talk about the kind of things that I am doing differently, and maybe some of you are also doing those things as well, but I would also love to hear about what you're doing to try and make the most out of 2021, because let's face it, 2020 was a real non-starter and just really sad for the world, sad for humanity, sad for so many people who lost their lives, sad for so many people who lost their livelihoods, all of that. I want this to be a positive video, so I'm not going to go on and on too much about that. And I did make some notes, actually, because I would forget otherwise, so I've got some little notes here. And I'm going to start with the kind of things that I'm taking on through from 2020 into this year. So kind of what I've learned, what last year and the events of last year have taught me, and I'd be really interested to hear if that's the same for any of you. I'm pretty sure that some of them will resonate for some of you as well. I know the key thing for me last year was I just learned that I need to slow down, and actually it's not a bad thing to slow down. So I've always been one of these people that runs around at like 100 miles an hour. If I'm not doing 3 things at once, I feel like I'm just not making the most of my time and all of that kind of thing. And last year just taught me that it's okay to slow down, and it's actually a good thing to slow down, and nothing's going to fall apart if we slow down. So I'm definitely keeping on that vibe and that slower momentum for this year. I've really enjoyed it, and I think it made me realize that I was just doing too much, and a lot of it was just a waste of energy that was just being frittered away, and it wasn't really getting me anywhere. I just, you know, that being busy to be busy, and it wasn't doing anything. So that's the key thing for me that I'm taking into this year. As part of that as well is just being more mindful of what I'm doing and focusing on one thing at a time. Like I said, I used to do so many things constantly, and I guess sometimes I just didn't feel fulfilled in what I was doing, even though I was super busy. And I think that part of that is to do with just not focusing on one thing at a time, because then you do that thing better, you get the full benefit of it, whether it's an enjoyment or learning process or whatever it is. So I'm going to be focusing my mind a lot better. That's something I learned last year. I'm definitely going to keep that going this year as well. And the other thing that I'm going to take through from 2020 into this year is to have a consistency mindset. I don't even know if that's a thing, I just made it up. But to be consistent, because nothing happens overnight. And the slower pace that I definitely lived last year, and I think most of us did, just taught me about the importance of consistency, like slow and steady wins the race. Who remembers that from our childhood and the hare and the tortoise story? But it really is true. So yeah, just to be more consistent, have patience, whether it comes to exercise or healthy food habits. Nothing's going to happen overnight. Weight loss, I know I put on weight. Various lockdowns, Christmas, New Year, birthday, all of that's happened, and I definitely have put on weight. I'm not going to lose it overnight, so it's about slowly and consistently taking the actions that I need to take to get to where I want to get to, whether it's weight loss or my fitness goals as well. So that kind of takes me into the new things that I am bringing in, which I didn't do last year, but I feel like I've got more time and I can do some of these things. And I wrote my list, and then I looked back on it and I realized that most of them are kind of old school pleasures that we just, I don't know, they fell by the wayside when we were all too busy doing nothing. So I know that this is not new, as in everyone's doing it. I've never done it before. I've started journaling, and this has mainly come about because my sister journaled last year. She never talked about it. I didn't know she had done it. She told me at the end of the year, I think. Yeah, she told me in December that she had been writing a journal, diary, the whole of the year. And I was saying that I really wanted to do it. And then as a surprise, she sent me the exact same journal that she uses. She put it in the post to me. So now I feel really like I have to do it because she sent me this journal. So I mean, I know that that's not the reason that I should do it. And I have really enjoyed doing it, actually. So I've been writing, today is the 12th of January. I've written every day this month. Some days more than others, but I think it's just a process. I'm not even sure really how to journal. I don't know if there's an actual way to journal or not. I don't know. So I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong. I'm just, writing stuff down every day. And I'm enjoying it. It's really good. It's kind of making me, it's given me a longer fuse. Does that make sense? Like things that annoy me, I go and write about it, and then I don't get annoyed in person with whatever or whoever has annoyed me. Not that I have a temper or anything, but little things. But yeah, I'm just kind of like writing down good things, bad things, thoughts, goals, that kind of stuff. So I don't know, I hope that's what journaling is, but that's what I'm doing. Another new thing that has started this year, again, is because of my sister. She's started writing me letters. So I now am writing letters, even though my sister only lives about 300 miles north of me. She's up in the northwest of England, but I'm writing letters to her and she's writing letters to me, and there's nothing earth-shattering in any of them in terms of news because we speak on the phone, but it's actually really nice to just sit down and write. And it's even nicer to get something in the post, which is a letter. The last letter she sent to me, I didn't open it for 3 days because I wanted to know that I had time to sit quietly with a nice cup of coffee and no one was going to interrupt me and I could just read. And it was just her ramblings, but it was really lovely. So I think that that's something that we will continue. And I never thought I would be writing letters to anyone, let alone my sister, but it's been really nice. So that's something that we have started doing this year and it's been lovely. I've also started reading books again. Now, don't get me wrong, I love reading, I read all the time. I mean books, not Kindle, just actual books. And I'm reading for at least half an hour to an hour every night and I am loving it. It means I get better sleep. I don't even know why that is. I think it's just because I have this theory that as your eyes go from left to right, as you're reading a book, it's almost like that kind of hypnotic pendulum doing this to your eyes, you know what I mean? But I actually think it's just because I'm not on a screen for that last hour of the night. And I've got through so many books already this year. Even last night, I just finished a book. I just finished To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper, which obviously I've read before, but I don't think I've read it since I was 11. So it was really nice to revisit that, especially with what happened last year at the very beginning of June. It's very centering and it grounds you, doesn't it? So next book I'm going to read is Ageless, which I think has just been published. which isn't a novel. It's about how we can age better, like live longer, healthier. So I'm really looking forward to reading that. And also I have my book group, so we read our books in that as well. But anyway, yeah, it's all about the books, and I've kind of put my Kindle away. Don't have to worry about charging it. I just have my books. I love that feel of turning a page. What is this? You know what I mean? Turning a page. Now this is going to sound really weird, but I'm going to be planning a lot more this year. And I know that's something that you probably think that I've always done. I'm really bad at planning. I'm really bad at organising. I've kind of always been one of those skin of the teeth kind of girls. So this year I'm going to be planning a lot more, because the little bit of planning that I've been doing already has just made life so much less stressful. So I'm going to be planning everything, whether it's work, I've been menu planning, I've been blog post planning, try saying that really fast. Even YouTube videos, I've planned out some videos that I want to do, so that I'm not kind of doing any of that last minute scrabbling around and it just stresses me out. So although that's something I probably should have been doing, well, I know I should have been doing forever, that is something new for 2021. And I guess this is kind of out of order, but going back to the journaling thing, I'm just practicing gratitude much more. I'm doing little mini mantras in the morning and little visualizations and stuff like that. We've got a different pace of life at the moment. We're in lockdown 3. The kids are at home. They are online homeschooling, so I'm not doing that morning rush to get them to school. And that does give me that extra hour or so. It does mean, though, that I have to work out at home after we just rejoined a gym in September. But it doesn't matter. You know, you kind of just have to take the good with the bad. And that's life. Okay, I'm going to finish up with what I plan to leave behind. Leave it back in the past. 2020 can keep it. I don't need it anymore. First thing I'm going to do is just get rid of my digital overload. So whether it's using books instead of a Kindle, I know Kindles are good, but you know, I'm going back to books. I'm writing things down rather than constantly being on my phone. I switch my phone off quite early on in the evenings now. I am consciously not scrolling on Instagram anymore, which I know that I was guilty of doing a lot last year. So just decreasing my digital intake and my digital overload. I definitely felt overloaded, overwhelmed, didn't make me feel good. Kind of like a bad addiction. There's no point me scrolling. Like, there's just no point. So I got rid of that. Definitely. I know there's an irony, because obviously I do everything online and I want you to be online to see what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is, in the same way that I would never ever, I've never just sat in front of a TV and just watched whatever program comes on. I've always been really picky about what I watch. I need to do that more with my phone. So that is definitely something that I am leaving behind with 2020. Also, a couple of other things. I now could care less. That's not right, is it? Couldn't care less. What? Couldn't care less? Couldn't care less what people think. So I kind of, I've got 3 teenage kids. My youngest child is just about to turn 15 and my eldest child is 19. And really, I am past the stage now where I'm going to get upset or worry about what people think. So I am leaving that in the past. I do not need that. I am also going to leave behind, and I'm saying this because I want this to happen, not that I'm sure that it's going to happen. I want to leave behind any self-doubt, because I am the most insecure person probably that you could ever meet. Probably, I say, because you can't say for sure. But yeah, insecure and actually quite an introvert. You probably wouldn't guess that. But I didn't get stressed about not going out and meeting lots of people during all the lockdowns. It's made me realise that actually I do enjoy my own company, or I do enjoy not having to make conversation just for the sake of it. So yeah, self-doubt, I'm leaving that behind, and caring what people think, I'm leaving that behind as well. I am too old to care. I think I'm more telling myself than I'm telling you, But yeah, that is the key thing for me, is leave behind all that self-doubt, and that's it. I could ramble, and I have probably rambled, so I am going to leave it there. I would love to know what intentions, I'm not even talking about resolutions, because I've not made any this year at all. I should have said that right at the beginning. I've not made any New Year resolutions. I have intentions that I intend to fulfill, and that's it. I'm not resolving to do anything, I'm intending to do something, and I think that that is key. So I would love to know if you have any intentions as well. What are you leaving behind in 2020? What are you taking with you? What did you learn last year that you're going to be taking with you into 2021? And what, if any, new things are you introducing into your life just to get a better quality of life? That's it. Actually, I should have just started this talking about quality of life, shouldn't I? Yeah, that's what 2020 taught me, really, was what things are important to have a better quality of life, and what things are irrelevant and can be kicked out. And that's kind of where I am right now. This is quite a serious one to start with for 2021, isn't it, for the first video of the year? Rambling and talking about some quite serious things, I guess. But I want to know what you think as well, and I do want to know what videos you want to see from me, so please do let me know in the comments box below. And if you haven't subscribed, whether you're new here or you're just someone who watches and hasn't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. And if you're on Instagram, head over to Instagram. I will leave the link down below, because that's where I am probably most active if you want to find out what we're doing on a day-to-day basis here. But with that, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to get to know you all a lot better this year. There's going to be a lot more sit-down videos, and we're going to chat a lot more. So I hope to get to know you a lot better this year, and I hope that you get to know me. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.